Morning ladies, or should I say afternoon. Excuse the rustling, but I've just come on very quickly to show you how I've made this sort of box thing for my cards. Oops, knocking everything over. Because I said I was going to have a giveaway in November. So there you go. I'm just going to show you how to make this box to hold the cards in. So what you're going to need first of all is a piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 10 1/2. Okay, and on the long side you're going to score it at 1 1/2 inch and 5 1/2 inches. Then you're going to turn it to the short side and you're going to score it at 3 inches there, flip it over and then score it at 3 inches on the other side. Okay, you with me so far? Then what you're going to do is, where you put your 3-inch panels on either side, you're going to score down it 1 1/2 inches on both sides. Okay, so I'll go through that again. You take your long side and you score it. You take your piece of card, which is 8 1/4 by 10 1/2, right? You score at 1 1/2 inches. Then you score again at 5 1/2 inches. Then you turn it so that your small score line is at the top. Okay, then you score it at 3 inches, flip it over and score it at 3 inches. It's a lot easier, believe me. Then you're going to score it at 1 1/2 inches down to that second score line. No further than that, just down to there. Okay, and you're going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. But the 3-inch lines that you've done, you go right the way down the card. Okay, but then 1 1/2 inch ones, you stop on that 5 1/2 inch score line that you made. Okay, you with me so far? Okay, so we're going to cut a couple of bits away. Let me just move that so I can move that up. You're going to cut away this square here, but you're going to notch the second square. Okay, so I'll just do it with you. So we're going to cut away this square here on both sides, and we're just going to notch into that other square. Okay, can you see that? So again, on this side we're coming across our score line, and then we're just going to notch into the other square. So that's what the bottom of your card should look like now. Okay, now we're just going to cut in to them up to our score line there. So we've cut that now, and do the same again on the other side. So that's what we're looking like now. Okay, then we're going to have to bring our trimmer in and just reach for it. What you're going to do is, these square rectangles you've got here, you're going to, let me make sure I'm doing this right. you're going to take it from the left hand corner from point to point and cut it off. Okay, and then you're going to go and do it exactly the same on the other side, but this time you're going to go from the right hand corner down to the left hand corner diagonally. And you're going to cut it off. So now that's what you should be left with. Okay, and all you're going to do now is cut up them score lines to the centre on both sides. This is Smokey slate card I'm using because that's what I used on the snowflake Christmas cards. So that's what you should be left with now. Okay, so now we're going to burnish our score lines. Okay, so we'll start with the little one. Come in with that one, fold it back out and then fold in again. Okay, turn it round, burnish that one, come in with that one, that's your halfway one, and then come in with your full one. Okay, then you do your triangles at the top. Just get them burnished. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, these side pieces, you're going to put some score tape along the very top and just above that score line. This is the second time I've filmed this morning. Honest to God, you would not believe. Right, I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So at the very top, and then just above that score line. Okay, so that's what you're looking like. Now, what I forgot to say to you was also notch out there and there, and again on the other side. So you're going to go there, too much, but never mind, and there. Okay, now as well, on the bottom of your triangles, you're going to put some score tape, just the bottom, nowhere else, just on the bottom. So you'd have something that looks like that now. I know it looks a bit weird, but it'll all make sense. And then just on these, just put a little bit. You can use wet glue. I'm using tape for speed. So I'm just going to peel off these side bits. And the bit on the back of this that I've just put on. Okay, and we're just going to bring that up. Bring it up to the side. Make sure your sides meet. Okay, tuck that in and then just fold that bit over the top and stick it down. And this is going to become the base of, well, it's like a magazine rack, the old magazine racks you used to get. And so that's going to become the base of that. So again, on the other side, take your tape off. And here. And do exactly the same. Bring the side up, flush with your corner. Like that. Stick it down, give it a good squish, and then fold your side over. And then you can come in with your bone folder and just give them a good rub. Okay, now your arrowhead, what I call it anyway, you're going to remove that tape. Now there's two ways you can do it with this. You can either do it the way I'm going to do it, where it'll stick to the outside, or you can do it where you can stick it to the inside. There's really no difference, and it's entirely up to you, whichever you prefer. So I'm just going to bring mine up to the bottom of my box. I'm just going to stick it down there. Okay, and the same with the other side. Bring it up to meet the bottom of your box. Oh, come on, hands. And just give it a squish. So that's almost now our box. Now I've got layers to put on them. And I'm using the same cardstock that I used on the cards, and this is the shimmer white cardstock. I still don't know if you can pick that shimmer up. It's lovely anyway. So for your front panel, which goes there, is going to measure 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. So it's 2 1/4 that way, 1 1/4 that way. Okay. Then for your side panels, you're going to need 2 of these. And they're cut at 1 1/4 that way. And 3 3/4 lengthways. Okay. So I'm not sticking these on just yet because I want to stamp them. And then your back panel measures 2 3/8 by 4 3/4, and that's going to fit nicely on there. Okay, so I'm just going to get my stamps organised and get my ink that I want to use. And then we can start stamping. Okay, so now let me get my stamp. Here's my ink. I'm using Smokey slate ink just to blend in with the background. I'm going to use the snowflake stamp out of Snow Place, which is that one. Okay, and I'm just gonna randomly stamp on this background and this front panel with these snowflakes. Oops. Stamp a bit more. And I'm going to do get the same again on this one. Okay, and now I'm going to get our sentiments that I want. And these are out of the Merry Mice. And that's the Merry Mice stamp set there. You have seen me do a card with it. And this one says, "It's time to deck the halls." Making sure it's straight. She says, not wearing her glasses. It looks straight. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this on here. Try and central it as good as I can. Okay, it's time to deck the halls. And then this one says, "Wishing you a festive season." I'm just sticking that on my block. And this is again out of the Merry Mice stamp set. So again, as central as you can. Down. I'm just going to go back to the snowflakes. I'm just going to put a couple on, just to tie it all in, basically with the back and with the cards that we've made. Even the ink, see when you apply the ink, it doesn't take the shimmer off the card. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. It'll be time for me to deck the halls soon. As we're coming to the end of October, so the 20th of November. Everybody that knows me knows what I'll be doing. So there you go. I went over. Oh no, I didn't. I just missed it. Right, so we'll get rid of the ink before I end up covered in it. So that's the ink out of the way, and I'm going to take this now, and what I'm going to do is, do I want to use tape on it or? No. So I'm just going to take some glue I'm just going to put that one on there. Take our back panel. I've made these boxes in all shapes and sizes. I'll show you a couple of the other ones I've made in a minute. But I think if you're going to give someone, like I do my mother-in-law, a load of cards before Christmas to give out to her friends, and I would generally put them in a box or something like this to give to her. So there's our back panel, and we'll just stick our side one on and the front one, and then I can show you the other couple of boxes I've made. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. I'll have the grandchildren down probably this afternoon at some stage, and they'll be down on Monday in all their costumes. So if you're on my Facebook page, you'll probably end up seeing them all dressed up. The eldest grandson, he wanted to be Scooby-Doo, and the twins, one of them's a vampire bat, or Taylor, and she's got this thing about witch costumes, so she's ended up being a vampire bat. And my other grandson, Adam, he's very much into Spider-Man, so he wanted to be Spider-Man. So the only one who's really Halloweenish out of the three of them is Taylor, granddaughter. See, the twins are getting to that age now where they're like deciding for themselves. So there's our Smokey slate, and as I say, it goes lovely with them cards. I have still got some snowflakes that I will add to it. I was going to show you the other ones that I've done. This one is a smaller version, if you can see. It's quite a bit smaller than that one, and that's to go with the Merry Mice cards that are done, which are them ones, and I think they'll be the ones going to the mother-in-law. So there's them. This is another one that I've done, and this was using the Balloons and Bliss at DSP, I think it's called, and just the flower punch. What I've done was wet the card, scrumpled them all up and let them dry, and just opened them out. And yeah, so I hope you give that a go, ladies, and let me see what you can come up with. So take care for now, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.